Imagine a hunter returning to his village after days of tracking, bringing back a massive animal that will feed everyone for a week. He expects praise, right? But instead, the people mock him. They call his prize a scrawny bag of bones and tell him he's a terrible hunter. Why would they do this? This isn't cruelty. It's one of the most sophisticated social technologies ever invented, and it's at the heart of one of the oldest and most fascinating cultures on Earth. Welcome to 10-Minute History. I'm your host, Jake Sullivan, and today we're journeying into the world of the San people of Southern Africa to uncover the secrets behind their ancient rituals, their mind-bending art, and their powerful stories. The San, who have lived in the Kalahari Desert and surrounding regions for an incredible amount of time, represent one of the most ancient human populations on the planet. Genetic studies suggest their lineage stretches back over 100,000 years. They are a direct link to the hunter-gatherer lifestyle that defined humanity for the vast majority of our existence. Their world was traditionally built on a principle that feels almost alien to us today: radical egalitarianism. In their small, flexible bands of 20 to 50 people, the group's survival was everything. The core value was sharing. Food, especially meat from a large hunt, was meticulously shared according to a complex web of kinship rules, ensuring no one went hungry. Hoarding was the ultimate social crime. This brings us back to our hunter. To prevent anyone from becoming arrogant or gaining too much power from a successful hunt, the San practiced a ritualized leveling mechanism called insulting the meat. By belittling the hunter's achievement, the community reinforced the idea that success belongs to the group, not the individual. The hunter, in turn, was expected to be humble and self-deprecating. It was a brilliant piece of social engineering designed to maintain harmony and cool the heart of anyone who might get a big ego. But their culture goes much deeper than social rules. It's woven from a rich spiritual tapestry, and at its center is a concept called N/OM. You can think of N/OM, spelled N-O-M, as a kind of supernatural energy or life force. This force exists in everything, from the gods to powerful animals, and even in certain songs. For humans, this energy lies dormant at the base of the spine, but the San discovered a way to activate it, to make it boil up and fill them with the power of the spirit world. And they did it through a ritual that is the single most important event in their society: the trance dance. Imagine a night in the Kalahari, the only light coming from a large central fire. The women of the community sit in a circle around the fire, clapping complex, interlocking rhythms and singing the powerful N/OM songs. These aren't just melodies. They are seen as vessels of spiritual potency. The men dance in a circle around the women, shuffling in a rhythmic step, hour after hour. The goal of this dance is profound and multifaceted. Its primary purpose is healing. The San believed that sickness was often caused by invisible arrows of disease, shot into people by malevolent spirits of the dead. The dance was also a powerful event that brought the entire community together, strengthening social bonds and resolving tensions. But most importantly, it was the vehicle for shamans to travel to the spirit world. As the men dance for hours, the combination of intense physical exertion, the driving rhythm of the clapping and singing, and hyperventilation triggers an incredible change. Their N/OM begins to boil. This energy rises up the spine, causing their bodies to tremble violently. They sweat profusely and experience intense pain. The San call this agonizing process the death that is not death. It is a journey to the very edge of mortality to gain sacred power. When they finally collapse, they enter an altered state of consciousness they call Kia, spelled K-I-A. In this trance state, the shaman's spirit is said to leave their body. They have powerful visions, seeing the threads of light that connect everything in the universe. They feel themselves transform into animals, and they travel to the realms of the gods and ancestors. Crucially, they can now see the invisible arrows of sickness inside people. Trembling with the activated power of N/OM, the shaman moves among the community members. They lay their fluttering hands on a sick person and literally pull the sickness out of their body and into their own. Then, with a piercing shriek, they cast the sickness away into the darkness, to be destroyed. This is an incredibly self-sacrificial act. The shaman endures immense pain, dies a symbolic death, and takes on the suffering of others to heal the community. Both men and women can become shamans, known as owners of N/OM, not by birth, but through their own arduous and painful experiences in the dance. This extraordinary ritual is not just described in words, it's recorded in stone. The San are famous for their rock art, one of the world's great artistic and spiritual traditions. For decades, outsiders dismissed these paintings as primitive decorations or simple hunting scenes. But we now understand they are something far more profound. Pioneering researchers like David Lewis Williams revealed that the art is fundamentally shamanistic. The rock face itself was seen as a veil between our world and the spirit world. A shaman in a trance could touch the rock to draw power from the spirits, or even travel through it into their realm. The paintings are a visual record of what the shamans experienced during the trance dance. When we look closely, we can see it. Many human figures are elongated and stretched out, reflecting the out-of-body sensations shamans reported. We see figures with lines of blood streaming from their noses, a common physical side effect of the intense trance state. There are geometric patterns like zigzags and dots, which are now understood to be representations of the neurological light patterns everyone sees in the early stages of altered consciousness. Most striking are the therianthropes, figures that are part human, part animal, like a man with the head of an antelope. These don't depict mythical monsters. They show the shaman's feeling of transforming into an animal during the trance, a way of harnessing that animal's spiritual energy. It's N/OM. The most important animal in both the art and the belief system is the eland. This large antelope was seen as a vessel of immense spiritual power. The paintings of elands were reservoirs of this energy, a sacred battery the shamans could tap into. If the trance dance was the action of San belief, then storytelling was its voice. Around the evening fire, stories taught children about the world, about animal behaviors, and about the core values of their society, like sharing and humility. The central character in many of these myths was a trickster god named /Kagan, a name that means mantis. It's crucial to know they didn't worship the insect. Kagan was a complex character from a mythological time when the boundaries between humans and animals were still blurry. He was both a creator and a fool, wise and impulsive. Through his often bumbling adventures, the world as we know it took shape. One of the most beautiful San myths explains why humans are mortal. The story goes that the moon, which dies and is reborn every month, wanted to give humanity the same gift of eternal life. The moon sent a hare to deliver the message, "Just as I die and live again, so shall you." But the hare, either through foolishness or malice, got the message mixed up. It arrived and told the people, "Just as I die and perish, so shall you." The moon was furious when it found out. It struck the hare across the mouth, splitting its lip forever. And that, the story concludes, is why hares have a split lip and why humans, unlike the moon, must die. For thousands of years, this intricate world of ritual, art, and story sustained the Sai. But the last few centuries have been catastrophic. Beginning with the arrival of other African groups and intensifying with European colonization, the San were driven from their lands. Colonists viewed them as subhuman and hunted them down in brutal extermination campaigns. Survivors were often forced into servitude. In the 20th century, they were pushed into the harshest parts of the Kalahari, and even there, their land was taken to create national parks and game reserves. They were cut off from the very environment that gave their culture its meaning. Yet, this is not just a story of loss, it is one of incredible resilience. In a landmark legal battle that made headlines around the world, the San of the Central Kalahari Game Reserve took the government of Botswana to court after being forcibly evicted. In 2006, Botswana's High Court delivered a historic verdict. It ruled that the eviction was unlawful and unconstitutional, and that the San had the right to return to their ancestral lands. The struggle continues, but this victory was a powerful symbol of their refusal to disappear. Today, San communities are actively working to revive their languages, art, and traditions, and their ancient wisdom is finding surprising relevance in our modern world. Their genetic lineage is helping scientists understand the deepest roots of human history. And their worldview, with its emphasis on community over the individual, on ecological balance, and on a non-materialistic idea of wealth, offers a powerful lesson for a world grappling with social isolation and environmental crisis. Perhaps the most poignant symbol of this enduring legacy is the official motto of modern South Africa. When the nation was reborn after apartheid, it chose a phrase for its coat of arms taken directly from the now extinct/Zam language of the Sun. The motto is KE/Kara K, which translates to Diverse People Unite. It is a profound acknowledgement that the wisdom of the continent's very first people, a philosophy of unity forged over millennia of shared hunts and healing dances, holds the key to the future. The Sand story is a reminder that the oldest parts of our shared human heritage are not relics of the past. They are a living, breathing source of wisdom for all of us. So what are your thoughts on this? Let us know down in the comments. If you found this interesting or learned something new, please give this video a like, and don't forget to subscribe to 10-Minute History for more deep dives. Thanks for listening.